Hello and welcome to another ICT lesson. Today we are going to discuss how we can use if, SUMIF and COUNT functions in MS Excel. These functions are used in decision making if you have data and the data is mixed up with a wide variety of types and you want specifically to do some analysis or calculation on a specific type of data. So you want computer to choose only what you want and use those values to do another form of calculation somewhere. In that case, you will use functions such as if, SUMIF, and COUNTIF in order to do a certain analysis. And before I discuss further the if and SUMIF and COUNTIF, in the decision making process we use comparison operators, and we have four main types which are normally used, and these operators are used within the if, SUMIF and COUNTIF functions or in any other decision making functions which I will not cover in this lesson. I will go ahead and discuss the comparison operators. The first one is greater than sign. The greater than sign is very common in mathematics and it is used to compare two items, probably numbers. A good example is here. If in my cell C4 I have a certain number, I might want to compare it with 50. And in comparison, the outcome of the comparison can be true or false. For example, if in C4 I have a value of 30, when we do this comparison, it will be check if what is in C4 is greater than 50. And as I said earlier, assuming I have 30 in C4, so 30 is less than 50. And in this case, 30 cannot be greater than 50. And it will return false. And assuming in C4 I have 65. So if in C4 there is 65 and 65 is greater than 50, this expression will become true because indeed 65 is greater than 50. So in comparison with greater than sign, the result will either be true or false. There is also a modification here of greater than sign, and we put equal sign together with it so that we get what we call greater than or equal to. And in this case, when we are talking about greater than or equal to, there are two comparisons which are being made. The first one is we are checking, for example, in cell C4 if what is in there is equal to 50 in this case. Second, we are also checking if what is in C4 is greater than 50. The next operator I will look at is less than sign or operator. Here, for example, we are checking what value is in C4 and we are checking if it is less than 50. For example, if C4 contains 30, in this case 30 is less than 50 and the result will be true. And in case what is in C4 is maybe 70, in that case 70 is not less than 50, and in that case this expression will return false. The next operator is less than or equal to. In the less than or equal to, we are checking if, for example, any value in our cell, in this case C4, is less than or it is equal to a certain number. In this case, we have 49. So, for example, if C4 contains 20, of course 20 is less than 49, although it is not equal to 49. And in that case, the whole of this expression will be true because 20 is less than 49. If, for example, C4 has 49, in that case, this expression still will be true because 49 is equal to 49, although it is not less than 49. But, for example, if what is in C4 is 55, in that case, the whole of this expression will be false because 55 is not less than 49, and also it is not equal to 49. So these four operators are used within these three functions, and that is the reason why it is important to understand how these operators work so that you can write correct functions in Excel. I will take this opportunity now to show you a sample data in MS Excel, and I'm going to apply these operators and use if, SUMIF, and COUNTIF function to do some analysis for you. Now in our Excel sheet, you can see I want to analyze car sales for the year 2019, and we are selling here three types of cars. We have Toyota, Nissan, and Honda, and we have regions where we have showrooms selling these vehicles. Here I have Nairobi, Mombasa, and upcountry. And in the year 2019, these regions sold different numbers of vehicles. For example, Nairobi sold 23 Toyota cars, while Mombasa sold 14 Toyota cars. Coming to Honda, you find Nairobi sold a different number, and upcountry sold a different number. Then this is the amount of money we received by selling this particular number of cars in specific regions. And here we will want to do analysis to know whether a certain region is performing well on Toyota compared to another region performing well maybe in Nissan, or it is performing poorly. And the criteria we are going to use is this one. When we will be analyzing performance here, we will be checking if there is a region which sold $150 and above, then that region for that particular vehicle we will indicate with the word good in the cells here. And if a particular region sold less than $150,000 for a particular vehicle, then we will indicate with the word bad in this column. And that decision will be executed by the use of if function. To do the if function, you will just come to this cell and type from the keyboard equal sign. Then you'll also type the word if, like that. Then it will be listed here. Then your work is just to double click it. So there are three things we want to do. The first is what we call logical test. The second we will insert here a value if this test becomes true, and third, we will insert here a value which will be shown in the cell when the test becomes false. So this is how I'm going to do my test based on this criteria, that if the value of cell in any of these is 150 and above, then in this column I will be inserting text good, and in case it is less than $150,000, then it will be inserting the text bad. So in this formula, I will pick the value to be tested, which is of course in D4. So I will write here, is what is in D4 greater or equal to 150,000? We are checking if what is in D4 is greater or equal to 150,000. Can you notice I'm using the greater than or equal to operator here? Then that will be the first part of this function. You put a comma. After putting a comma, the next part will be value if this test is true. And in my criteria here, if a value is 150 and above, it should insert the word good. So I will use quotes. I will put double quotes and I put the word good. I just type the word good, then I close my quote. Now I will put a comma and ask myself, now in case the test is false here, of course it will not show the word good. I have to give it an alternative word to show. And in that case, we will insert the word bad. So I will put the word bad in brackets like that. Then we close our bracket because a bracket was open here. So we also close it here. Then we press enter. And indeed it is true. 234,000 is greater than $150,000. It has returned the word good. If it will be true, then I insert the word good. Then you close the quote. In case it will be false, then insert the word bad. Like that. Close the quote and close the bracket, then press enter. Now, since now I have my formula here, I can now use this formula handle to apply it downward to the other rows, just like that. Then I will want to do totals here for the number of vehicles and the cells. I will use the sum function. Just put equal sign, type the word sum, then double click it, then select the values you want to add, then press enter. Now once I have my total, I can just drag this across like this to apply the formula to this column. I will now go ahead and show you how we are using the SUMIF function. Here I have total region cells. Okay, I want total amount of cells which were made for Nairobi, I want for Mombasa, and I want for upcountry. So to use the sum function in an easier way, you just put equal sign, put the word SUMIF, then double click it. After double clicking, is here the first is what we call a range. The range where you want to search the word Nairobi in this case. I want to search the word Nairobi in this column from B4 to B12. And what are you actually searching? I am searching Nairobi, so I will put here the word Nairobi in quotes. So it means search the word Nairobi from this range of cells. Then I put a comma. Now, after searching the word Nairobi from this range, go to this range. I will select the cells now. Go to this range and only sum the ones for Nairobi. Then I'm closing with a bracket. Before I press enter, just to repeat, here, what is this function doing? This function is telling us to look for the word Nairobi from this range of cells. So look for the word Nairobi from these cells. And if you get it, pick the cells which correspond to Nairobi in this row and add them together. So I'm going to press enter. And now I can tell you this is the total for Nairobi cells. I will come here and do for Mombasa, equal sign, SUMIF, double click, and I will tell you to look for Mombasa from this area, and I put the word Mombasa in quotes, and go to this range of cells and add figures for Mombasa. Then I will just press enter. For up country, the same, equal sign, SUMIF, look for the word up country here in this range of cells, comma, give it that value of up country to search in quotes, then comma, and pick the cells from here to here which corresponds to up country. Then you just press enter. So here I have totals for Nairobi, Mombasa, and up country. Next, I want to get total number of Toyotas sold, total number of Nissans sold, total number of Honda sold based on this column. So I want to use SUMIF to check for a particular type of vehicles and pick its numbers so that I get total. So in that case, I will use SUMIF again. I just put equal sign, the word SUMIF, then double click it here. So where should I search for the word Toyota? Search it from this to this cell range. Then I will put my comma and put the word to be searched, which is Toyota. Then close the quotes, then put comma. And after searching the word, where should I pick the values to be summed? Of course, pick it from here to here, from C4 to C12. Then I will put a closing bracket and press enter. So it means the total number of Toyotas should give me 43. I can do the same for Nissan. Put equal sign, SUMIF, double click the if function, give it a range where to search the word Nissan from. Of course, search it from here to here. And which is the word to be searched? It is Nissan. In quotes always. Put another comma. After searching Nissan, which values should I add? Add their numbers from here to here, the ones which correspond to Nissan. Then I will press enter. I will do the same to Honda. Put equal sign, SUMIF, double click SUMIF, and check for Honda from here to here, put a comma. This is the word to be searched, Honda. Then put a comma. After searching the Hondas, pick their corresponding values from here to here and add them. COUNTIF is simple to do. We just put equal sign, write the word COUNTIF, then double click the word. Now the function is asking us, where should I check the values? Of course, check them from E4 to E12. So you select where it will check, then comma. What should I check? In this case, we want it to check the word good. Then we close brackets, then press enter. So it is indeed 5. You can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how many bad comments are there? Put equal sign, count if. Double click the word count if. Count from what to what? From here to here. What should I count? Put it in bracket, in quotes, the word bad, and close brackets like that. And indeed we have 4 bad comments, only 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is how we use the if, SUMIF, and COUNTIF functions in MX Excel. See you next time. Bye bye.